Dontrell, how are you going to get your clubs on that quarterback? I was going to say your hands, but you know, get hands.
Definitely clubs. I mean, he's a good player, you know, so maybe I need help with Alex Barrett and Sam Meredith and get the guys to hold him up and I'll get a clean hit on him.
Is this as tough an assignment as you guys will have faced this year with him? I mean, Coach was just giving us the stats. 77% of their offense against you guys the last 2 years was produced by him. He'll give you that stat later. But I mean, this has got to. You guys got to look at this as a huge challenge, I would assume. And how do you beat that?
Definitely, I think he's might be the best quarterback in our division. I think the key for us on defense is turnovers. You know, get pressure on him and make him make mistakes. You know, but he's a great quarterback, great player. So, like you said, majority of their offense comes from him. So I think if we get pressure in his face and make him make some mistakes, I think we'll be okay.
What do you think that you guys have done well? Because you've played some spread offenses, you know, some zone read offenses already. It's not like you guys haven't seen that this year. And Coach says this one's a little bit different. But what have you guys done well this year against those type of offenses?
I think it's pressure and also coverage. I know our DBs are really good this year, along with JJ and Monte, and the safeties are young, but they're also producing as well. But I think it's pressure. You know, in the past years, it's been us trying to get there and not getting there and giving them time to throw and find somebody open. I think now it's this year, it's pressure.
Have you guys handled assignments well in the gaps with these zone read guys?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we practice that a lot. You know, zone read is discipline. You know, so if you got a guy and you don't have him, it's a touchdown. So I think it's a discipline thing as far as that.
JJ, same kind of questions, but from a completely different point of view, from off the line to way back here. What do you see in what they do? What did you see last year?
Well, for one, Cody, he's a great quarterback, and you know he always makes the right play. He's very efficient, like you said, 70% of the offense, and against us, you know he understands what he has to do when he plays us. I think we went into 2 overtimes, if I'm not mistaken. So he understands his role in his team, and we understand what we have to do as a defense in containing him. And like Dontrell was saying, even from the back end, pressure is everything. I mean, when that guy has pressure, we're allowed to see the ball a lot better. You know, the ball has to come out quicker, so we're allowed to come up and press more, and we just see a lot more things. So it's his help and the rest of the defensive line, and with the linebackers blitzing as well, helps us in the back end.
Also, from a DB standpoint, do you feel like this particular group of guys right now has kind of shown the willingness and ability to do those run stops and really?
Definitely. The young safeties, I mean, they're young, but they come up. And not only do they come up, but they have our help over the top and the back end, and they love to blitz. So they're out there having a good time. I mean, they're young, so they're out there running with their tails loose, you know?
Yeah. So do you feel pretty good about the pursuit that you guys can put on?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think we do each and every week. We have great pursuit on the quarterback and running quarterback. Even UNLV, we did a pretty great job against that guy. And Cody's a lot faster than he looks. On film, you can see him breaking a lot of angles on guys. So his speed is a little deceptive, but I think we're going to be able to do a good job. We have to. We have no choice.
How do you balance admiration for a guy versus not being overly intimidated by him?
Yeah, you strap up and you play.
JJ was asking Rocky about this. You look back on this season, or maybe even a couple seasons prior, there are a couple ways you can look at it. You can go, they didn't get those big wins against those big teams, you know, the North Carolinas or Oregon State. But at the same time, here you guys are again, top of the conference standings. You 4 straight bowl games. Control your own destiny. What's your perception of this team? Is it been one of disappointment, you know, coming up short in those big games, or is it look how consistent we are? Look how we're always in the hunt for this title.
Of course, losing those big games, it takes a toll on us, especially because we want to be a team. not just divisionally known, but nationally known. So when you beat those big teams like that, you make a stand for yourself, and we'll get there eventually. You know, San Diego State University will get there eventually. But as of right now, our goal is to win the 20th championship, and we like the standing that we're in right now.
I also asked Coach this. I'd like to hear your guys' perspective on it. It might be different. The basketball team obviously has been so successful. They are nationally recognized, and I wonder if they raise expectations that maybe aren't fair to you guys. Do you feel that at all? Like people see what they do and they expect you guys to do the same thing?
We try not to worry about that too much. Obviously, it's amazing what they've done, and you know, we're really proud of what they've done, and you know, we enjoy it a lot. But we don't control too much of that. You know, we just go out there and play, and they've done things really well for a long time, and you know, the football program is close, but not there yet. So you know, it's something to strive for because we see you know, them getting nationally ranked. And we feel like we're really close, but just not there yet.
Quinn,
What do you think, what needs to happen in order to get ranked? When you guys look at 4 bowl appearances in consecutive years, but still haven't gotten over that hump. What needs to be different to get that ranking?
We need to win more games, especially against the Power 5 conference teams. You know, usually you have to have double-digit wins, being from a lower conference, and so we haven't got there yet. But you know, hopefully we can in the near future.
Quinn, how are you feeling? What did the break do for you? Have you progressed a lot, or tell us about where you're at?
Yeah, it's definitely nice to have time off at the time that I got it, specifically for what I was going through. So you know, I healed up some, and you know, got to practice some as well. So hopefully, you know, some of the timing comes off when you take a little bit of time off. The timing is just a little bit off, so hopefully we can clean that up in the passing game and improve this next week.
Is this something that you're going to have to play with as far as some pain for essentially the rest of the season?
I don't know for sure, but there probably will be some pain in the next few weeks for sure.
When you look at this matchup with Cody, and Coach just said, hey, it's not a matchup of quarterbacks, and obviously it isn't. But where do you feel like you're at right now as far as the offense being able to kind of rise to a little bit different level probably than what you guys have done so far? Do you feel that that's a need at this point?
You know, we'll see how the game goes, but obviously our last game against Hawaii, we were comfortable because our defense was playing so great. We could just run the football and control the clock and not turn the ball over to win the game. That's the goal. So, you know, it kind of depends on how the game goes. That, you know, if their offense scores a lot of points, that, you know, if we need to score a lot of points, you know, we'll try to be ready for that. On the other hand, if they're not scoring a lot of points and we get up to an early lead, we want to be able to control the clock, still move the ball, and not turn the ball over. So it just depends on how the game goes, really.
The timing that you talked about, was that a matter of just being out? Was it a matter of, you know, seeing a little bit different receiving unit, you know, in there without a Zell? What goes into the timing aspect of it?
It's a little bit of everything, but I think most of it was just, you know, I hadn't practiced for 2 weeks since the injury, and if you take that much time off, things seem a little faster when you get back to it, and it just takes a little bit of time to adjust to it.
I'm bummed that we forgot to ask Rocky, what does it look like for Azell at this point? Does it look like he's playing?
It really depends on how practice goes this week, you know. But I know he looks good in practice right now. We'll just see how he responds in the next couple days.
How much of a difference would that make for you guys to have him back in there? What would the impact be for Azell being back?
Obviously, he's a great player, and he can impact the game. You know, he's outstanding. I don't have to tell you guys, he's outstanding. So having an outstanding player back is obviously going to help us.
For JJ and Dontrell, the defense seems to have gotten better and better as the season's gone on. I know Rocky expected that. What's your take on where you guys have come from to where you are now?
I think we stepped up a lot, and a lot of it has to do with, confidence and just guys, defense is all about reaction, so guys just believing in themselves and believing in what they see and just going out and making more plays. And we understand as a defense we have to create more pressure than what we have been doing and ultimately getting more turnovers.
Is that pressure, you mentioned it too, Dontrell, you guys haven't, there have been times where you have had some pressure on, but certainly large gaps where you haven't. Is that really an emphasis at this point?
I think that is a huge one, especially in the defensive line room, because it's on us. And it's on the front six, including the backers, So I think pressure is huge. I think a lot of people don't notice it until the quarterback has a lot of time and completing passes, But I think if we get pressure on this guy, we're going to be all right.